Hello everyone, I am your host Ayushi Karasethia and welcome back to our channel Pabbly. In this video we are going to learn how you can add registrants to GoToWebinar from Google Sheets automatically. So first let us understand what these software applications are all about. So Google Sheets, as we all know, is a spreadsheet program with database functionalities, and GoToWebinar is a webinar platform to engage your audience through virtual conferences and events. Now let's take an example that you are a business coach or a motivational speaker who is conducting various events and webinars for your audience. And you have the details of your customers or of your participants into your Google Sheets. Now you want that whenever you enter the details of a new participant or update the details of a new participant into your Google Sheets, automatically using those details, a new registrant should be added to your GoToWebinar platform. For this, we need to create a connection between Google Sheets and GoToWebinar. And in order to create a connection, we are going to use a software application named Pabbly Connect. So basically, Pabbly Connect is an automation and integration software which will help us in integrating both these software applications automatically. The best part here is it doesn't require any coding skills or programming knowledge. Even a non-technical person can use this software application very easily. So let us learn the integration process now on my screen. Welcome back to my screen. Here let us type Pabbly, pabbly.com in our browser. This is the website of Pabbly. Here we have to come to Products and click on Pabbly Connect. This is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. As you are the first time user, you have to click on sign up for free option and you can create your own account in just 2 minutes. And you are going to get 100 tasks free every month. As I already have an account with Pabbly Connect, I'll simply click on sign in. In the All Apps section, come to Pabbly Connect and click on Access Now. This is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here we have to create a workflow. For that, come to this plus sign and click on Create Workflow. Now here we have to give a name to the workflow. So let us give the name as Google Sheets to GoToWebinar Integration. Here you can give the workflow name as per your requirement and simply click on Create. Now we can see a trigger window and an action window. So Pabbly Connect works on the concept of trigger and action. Trigger means when this happens, action means do this. So in this use case, we want that whenever we enter the details of a new customer in our Google Sheet, automatically using those details, a new registrant should be added to your GoToWebinar account. So let's open this trigger window and let us choose the application name as Google Sheets. Select the trigger event as new or updated spreadsheet row. Now here we can see a webhook URL and some instructions. So by following these instructions, you can set up the webhook in your Google Sheets. So I'll just copy this webhook URL from here and I'll take you to the Google Sheet which I have already created. And the Google Sheet name is GoToWebinar. And in this particular Google Sheet, I have taken the basic fields of the customer, that is the first name, last name, email address and the mobile number. If you want to add some more fields, you can just add it over here. And the sheet name is Future of PHP. So this is my webinar name. So now we are going to create an integration between this particular Google Sheet and Pabbly Connect, so that whenever we enter the details in this Google Sheet, automatically the details are captured in Pabbly Connect. For that, we have to just click on Extensions and click on Add-ons and come to Get Add-ons option. Click on Get Add-ons. Now it will take us to Google Workspace Marketplace. Okay. Now here we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. So you have to install Pabbly Connect Webhooks on your system. As you can see that it is already installed on my system, I'll just close this window. But remember, after installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks on your system, you have to refresh your Google Sheet. Okay, I repeat, after installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks on your system, you have to refresh your Google Sheet. Now once the Google Sheet is refreshed, you have to again come to Extensions and this time you have to come to Pabbly Connect Webhooks option over here and click on Initial Setup. Now here it is asking for the webhook URL. So here we are going to paste the webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. And now it is asking for the trigger column. The trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So here you can see that I have the data from column A till column D. So I am giving the trigger column as column D over here because I want to capture the response till column D. Say if you have the data till column G and you want the data to be captured till column G, then your trigger column will be column G over here. Okay. And let's click on send test. Test data sent successfully. Okay. Now let's click on submit. Okay. Now again we have to come to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and this time click on send on event option. So why we are selecting send on event option? Just because next time whenever you are going to add some data to this particular Google Sheet, automatically Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response. We don't have to link the data again and again. So make sure you have a tick mark on the send on event option over here. Okay, it is getting processed. Okay, and here we can find a tick mark. Okay. Now let's move back to Pabbly Connect, and when we scroll down, here we can see the responses received and all the details of our Google Sheet or the customer are captured over here. First name as Adam, last name as Smith. Here we can find his email address, his mobile number, spreadsheet name as GoToWebinar, and the sheet name as Future of PHP. Now we want that using these details of the customer, automatically a new registrant should be created in our GoToWebinar account. For that, scroll down, come to this action step. Okay, choose the application name as GoToWebinar. Select the action event as create registrant. Click on connect. Click on add new connection. Now it is asking for the from time and to time. And here we have to read the instructions from time in UTC format. So I will take you to my GoToWebinar account where I have already created a webinar over here that is for Future of PHP. That is on 24th of April, that is Sunday, and the timing would be 10 AM to 5 PM. So these are the time in the IST format. So we have to convert it into the UTC format. So 10 AM in the morning, let us check it in the UTC format. I'll just specify the time over here as 10 AM. So 10 AM IST will be 4:30 AM UTC. So we have to give the same time over here. But here the example is also given that the time and the date should be in this particular format. Okay. So let us check the date once again. It was 24th of April. So let us give it as 2022. The month will be April 4th and the date would be 24th of April and the time would be 4:30 AM. Okay. So I'll just change the time to 4 and it will be 30. So the from time is given over here. Now we have to give the to time also. For that I have to just convert the to time till 5 PM. So 5 PM IST. We need to convert 5 PM over here. 5 and this is the AM. Let us select it as PM. Yes, 5 PM. So 5 PM will be 11:30 AM according to UTC. So I'll be changing the time to 11:30 AM over here in Pabbly Connect. So let us give it as 11:30. Okay. So we have given the from time as well as the to time. Okay. Now we are going to click on connect with GoToWebinar. Authorization successful. Okay, and now the GoToWebinar account is connected to Pabbly Connect just because I was already logged into my GoToWebinar account. So make sure before creating a connection you are logged into your GoToWebinar account. Now here we have to select the webinar name. So my webinar name is Future of PHP. It is automatically captured. You have to select your webinar name over here. Now here we need to give the details of the registrant, that is the first name, last name, email address. So we have already got all these details from our Google Sheet. So we will be mapping these details now. Okay, let us map them one by one. First let us map the first name from Google Sheets. The first name was Adam. Then we will be mapping the last name, that was Smith. Then we will be mapping the email address. And at last we don't have the address details, so I'm just leaving it as blank. If you're having the address details, you can just map it over here. And let us map the phone number also from Google Sheets, and this was the phone number. Okay. So we have entered all the details. Okay. Now let's click on Save and Send Test Request. Okay, and here we can see the responses received. It means a new registrant is added to our GoToWebinar account. So let's check it. And I'm just going to open this particular webinar. Okay, and here we can see that Adam Smith is added as a new registrant to our webinar. And here we can find his email address and we can find the registration date as today's date over here. So in this way, we can see that our integration is working fine. Let's move back to Pabbly Connect and let us save this workflow first. Data saved successfully. Okay. Now, as we have created an automation between Google Sheets and GoToWebinar account, next time whenever you are going to add a detail of any of your customer in your Google Sheets, automatically using those details, a new registrant will be added to your GoToWebinar account. So let us check this in the real time that whether our integration is actually working fine or not. For that, I'll just move to my Google Sheet. And in this particular Google Sheet, we will be adding the details of some other customer. Let's give the first name as Shikha, last name as Arya, email address as shikhaarya22@gmail.com, and let's add the phone number. Okay, so we have entered all the details. Now we have to check our webinar. We have to just close it and we have to refresh it once again. Okay, and now we can find the registrants as 4 over here. And here we can see that Shikha Arya is added as a new registrant to our webinar. And here we can find her email address also. And in this way, we can see that our integration is perfectly working fine. Let's move back to Pabbly Connect. And I'll just minimize all these windows and let us see in a nutshell whatever we have done till now. So first, we have created an integration between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. Then Pabbly Connect has captured all the details from your Google Sheets, that is the name, the email address, the mobile number of the customer, and using those details, automatically a new registrant was created into your GoToWebinar account or GoToWebinar specific webinar. And in this way, we have created a successful integration between Google Sheets and GoToWebinar using Pabbly Connect. So not just these software applications, you can integrate a ton of applications and automate your business using Pabbly Connect. In case of any queries, you can visit our Pabbly forum. To check the pricing details of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this particular URL. Also, the link of Pabbly Connect and this workflow is available in the description box. You can clone the same workflow into your account directly. If you really like this video, please comment, share and subscribe. Thank you everyone.